Hello and welcome to the Pronouncing Sanskrit video. This video is an introduction into the Sanskrit alphabet and will allow you to recognize the sounds and properly pronounce the alphabet and read transliteration schemes. The transliteration scheme we've chosen is one of the most common and specific to any academic study of the language. There are many different transliteration schemes you'll see, so just be aware of that. But knowing the the proper pronunciation, as we show here, will allow you to figure out some of the other ones as you look through the text. And so it's important when approaching this language to just get a feel for it first as an oral reality. Get a feel for how it resonates in your throat, in your body. Be playful with it. Don't worry about memorizing the letters or the transliteration quite yet, but just really understand how to properly sound these letters. And from there, you can go on to many different aspects of the language. And, there's a lot of esoteric functions with different marma points and how these sounds produce their powerful effects. If you've read our introduction to the language, you'll know what a deep and living language Sanskrit is and its importance, its base as really the foundation of all of India's great sciences and spiritual disciplines. It's really this language. So it's important as a practitioner or as anyone interested in this subject to at least get a handle on the language itself. And so when we start approaching the language, we begin with the vowels. And the vowels are these primordial sounds of the language. They're easy to reproduce as they generally involve just a open throat to make these sounds. So you'll see a little diagram here, and we won't use it too much for the vowels because it's mainly just keeping open throat and pronouncing these sounds is all that's required. And they're really natural. They're the sounds that babies tend to make. So the first vowel that we have is shown as an A in transliteration, but it's really an sound, as in the word but. So uh, uh, uh. So this comes up in the word Sanskrit itself, which is not most people and even practitioners, longtime practitioners, it's so ingrained in us that we just say Sanskrit, but it's really Sanskrit. And you'll see this time and time again. So just get a feel for that first sound. And this short sound is extended into uh. So and are the first two letters of the alphabet. From there, we go on to the second set of letters, and these are shown as an I in the transliteration. The first is the short I sound, E, E, E. So really it's more of that E sound in English, but it's shown as an I here. And this gets extended into E, E. So those first four letters again are E, E. And from there we have what is shown as U in the transliteration, but U, U, which gets once again the longer version, which is ooh, ooh. And then after these initial vowels, we have a couple characters which are not so much in use anymore. They will come up occasionally, but very rarely. And really their proper usage and pronunciation has somewhat been lost over time. So these are here more as a reference, and they'll come up again in different sounds in our semivowels, but it's important to know about them as you will see them. So the first one is R sound, which is r, r, r. And so this sound is made, as far as how I've learned, by taking the tip of the tongue and pointing it towards the roof of the mouth, and without quite touching the roof of the mouth, and then trying to pronounce that R sound. So, r, r. And this once again gets extended into that long R sound. So and there'll be some variations you might see on this in different depending on the dialect or region of India. So this might be pronounced as with an I, as in or or with a U, as in ru. So just be aware of that. It may come up for you. And the second uncommon vowel is the L sound, which is made by taking the tongue right behind the teeth and trying to pronounce L. So this sounds like L, L, L. And then once again, this is extended into long L. L, L, L. And as you pronounce these, you'll feel a certain resonance in the back of the throat, so just be aware of that coming. And from there we come to the combined vowel sounds. So these are when we take those initial e, oo, and put them together into different combinations, and this gives us a second set of vowels that are used quite frequently. And the first set is where we can find the and the e sound, and we have a. And so while this is shown as an E in the transliteration, it's actually sounds more like an A in the English language. And the next combined vowel we have is when we take the long and E sound to make I. The third is when we take and U to make O. And the final is the long and oo to make ow. And then from there we have two sounds that are generally grouped with the vowels but are not vowels proper. And this is the sound. So this can be added to any vowel. So generally we add a sound here just as we're learning it, but you can add any of these sounds to the sound. So when pronounced, it's and this is called an anuswara. And then we also have what's called the visarga, and this is shown as H in this transliteration. And this sound tells us to repeat whatever vowels attached to it. So if we have the A attached to it, it's aha. If it was the I sound, E sound, it would be ihi.